All right, we are back with Valerie Mandujano. Valerie, got a little bit of break here recently. How was that?
It was nice. I got to go back home for a little bit. It wasn't really a break, I guess, on my time, just because it was a lot of running around. Even if it wasn't mainly playing disc golf, it was something involving disc golf.
Nice. Well, we're back to disc golf this weekend. What do you think of this place? How's it going to challenge you? How's it going to challenge the field?
I really enjoy it. It's pretty big. I think it's going to challenge me in more physical health, seeing how my body holds up to it. I've noticed, like, I'll play up to hole 5 and I look at the holes and I'm like, this isn't 10. Like, this is a big course. But it's a good challenge, and I feel like it will challenge most of the field in that aspect, and also throwing, to see how many players just went out and threw 9 shots every hole, or how many paced themselves and realized what is the smarter choice for them.
Nice. Just a stellar season, obviously. What is working for you? What are you most proud of in your game?
I think mentally, just knowing the route I want to go and sticking to it. It's not getting too excited and trying to score on certain things. It's kind of just taking it pace by pace. And, just keeping that pace and realizing what I can do and what I can't at the moment, and not trying to go for too much.
Nice. Have your expectations or goals changed kind of mid-season?
Not really. I'm kind of just living day by day, seeing where life takes me.
Nice. All right, we're going to throw it back a little bit to 2014 AM Junior Worlds. What was that feeling like when you showed up to compete on that big stage for the first time?
It was huge. I mean, it was the first type of real nerves I've ever felt in my life. It was very impressive to, I think, my family and how I handled it, especially my brother. He was there, and he was really my backbone at that time, where he was like, you can do this. Every time I had doubt, I was like, are you sure I can throw that shot? And he's like, yeah, what's the matter with you? Like, snap out of that. Like, of course you can. But yeah, it was an amazing feeling and experience with my family I got to share, and I'll never forget. And I think that translates into who I am today.
Ricky talked about when he showed up to his first AM or Junior Worlds, and you're back home and maybe competing with 4 or 5 people your same age, but all of a sudden you get there and there's a couple hundred of them. What is that like, and what would you say to a younger player to go compete on a bigger tournament like that?
I think it definitely shows how much work young kids put in at a young age, and it definitely showed me on how competitive I can be and how I want to be, and it showed me, like, if I just put time into my game, and time and effort and also patience, I will do something. I will get somewhere where I want to be one day.
Next week we go to Madison for U.S. Women's in a record field. What does that say to you about the growth of women's disc golf?
I mean, it's huge. It says a lot to me. It shows the direction that the sport is coming in, and it shows how women are just picking it up so fast. And it's amazing to me just to see, I guess, the competitive side to it, because I'm a huge competitor, and just to see the competitive side and see how well it's growing.
Well, yeah. Speaking of that, a little off topic, but what kind of sports do y'all follow outside of disc golf?
I used to follow.
Yeah.
I used to follow a lot more sports like baseball, soccer. I don't really follow much. I kind of just sit there, and I'm on my phone. Really, the only time I get is when Alexis and Mason are watching the basketball games or the football games. She's more of a sport fanatic than myself.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Valerie. Here's Brian.
Thank you.
Hello, Val.
Hello.
A couple questions for you. You had mentioned to me before the interview started just a couple little things about some superstitions you might have during tournament week. Let some people in on what all you go through to stay consistent throughout the week. What are your superstitions?
It's as easy as, what did I wear the night before? Or how did I brush my teeth? What time did I shower? What did I eat? Where did I sit when we drove to the tournament? How much time did I give myself to warm up? It goes down to pretty much a T.
Sounds simple enough. So, I mean, on top of just the little superstitions, you've broken through this year and you've won, and you've finally figured out what it takes to win. Obviously, playing well is what you want to do to win a tournament, but I'm sure after finally winning, I think 3 this year that you've taken down, what are some of the keys to being an actual champion that maybe some people don't see?
I think it's patience and consistency. I think consistency is the biggest thing. It's so easy to go into one week and grind it out and feel like, yeah, I've done enough for, the next couple weeks. I like to think of it as running. Mason told me at one point, the work that you do this week doesn't show until next week. And that's what I think about disc golf is it may not show the week that I do it, but I also have to get consistent with it. I can't just do it this one week and expect next week to be amazing. No, I want to be the best that I can possibly be, meaning the whole year, not just a season. I want to be the best I can for the next 10 years. So it's all about consistency.
Definitely. We are at about the halfway point, maybe a little bit more in the season. And I think Ricky had mentioned it and Owen had said it, like some players will start to get a little burnt out during this stretch. It's a lot of disc golf. How are you feeling right now?
I feel like I felt on day one.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Well, good luck this week.
Thank you.